MFFLs. If you guys can't tell by my shirt, my hat, my background, we about to get into the Mavs. And in today's video, guys, we're going to continue to talk about the top 5 players in Maverick history in each position. Today, we're going to do the shooting guards. So let's go ahead and get into it. In this video, there will not be an honorable mention this time. It was kind of hard for me to find any shooting guards above 5. So I have exactly 5 shooting guards today. So let's go ahead and get into it. So at number 5, I have Monte Ellis. Now, as you guys know, Monte Ellis was only with the Mavericks for 2 years, but it was a great 2 years. One of the most explosive as far as speed and the way that he can get to the basket in Mavericks franchise history. As y'all know, Monte Ellis recently tried to get back with the Mavericks. He just had a workout with us here like a few weeks ago. Now at the age of 35, trying to get back into the NBA. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen here. He probably will with somebody else. We don't know. But unfortunately, he's not going to be with us. But I'm highlighting his time here in Dallas when he was at his peak. One of the flashiest, like I said, one of the most explosive, quick shooting guard we ever had in Maverick history. I know Dirk loved him. I know you guys heard me talk about that before. He was a guy that can easily get you 20. Was drafted by the Golden State Warriors and later traded to Milwaukee, and then later came to the Dallas Mavericks. And like I said, played 2 years with us. But that was my 5th point guard in Maverick history. So at number 4, guys, we got a player that's pretty popular in the 90s for the Mavericks, and that's Jimmy Jackson. Jim Jackson was the star guard back in the 90s in the 3Js with Jamal Mashburn and Jason Kidd. He was one of my favorite players growing up with the Mavericks. Like I said, highlighted the whole 3Js era. Kind of wish that trio had got a little bit more time together, but Jimmy Jackson being the 4th pick in his draft class had a lot of potential. It's like as soon as he left with the Mavericks, it's like things kind of went, it wasn't the same, kind of went downhill just a little bit. Not to the point he fell off a cliff or anything, but he just didn't have the type of success he had here in Dallas. One of the few players in Mavericks history to drop 50 in a game, along with Jamal Mashburn and Dirk Nowitzki. This guy here was a nice size 2 guard, man. Like I said, he was the first to be drafted in that 3Js era, along with Jamal Mashburn and Jason Kidd. But like I said, he is my 4th all-time shooting guard for the Dallas Mavericks franchise history. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into number 3. Michael Finley. Listen, man, Michael Finley, when he played for the Mavericks, was one of my favorite Mavericks of all time. I had like all of his jerseys. I thought in every color, the white, the blue, the alternate colors, the green ones we had, the throwback green ones when he had them out, and the retro green ones that P. Diddy made. Listen, man, I had them all. I was a huge fan of his, man. I even tried to patent my game after Michael Finley when he used to do that little step back and little pull up. Man, listen, I just love Michael Finley, man. He was amnestied here in the mid 2000s. Not gonna lie to y'all guys, when he got amnestied, I was hurt. But like I said, I was a huge fan of his. I had all of his jerseys, like just the whole game of Michael Finley, man. He was the reason why we kind of stayed afloat a little bit until Dirk and Nash came in the late 90s. He was the reason for that. He was traded in the Jason Kidd trade, coming from the Phoenix Suns. And I remember when he came from the Phoenix Suns and I found out that we got him. Well, first I was mad because we traded Jason Kidd. Like I said before, he's my favorite point guard of all time. I was mad when we traded Jason Kidd, but when I found out we got Michael Finley in return, I was excited. As y'all know, Michael Finley later went on to hated San Antonio Spurs and won a championship with them, and I could not stand it. But now he is a vice president and the vice general manager, assistant general manager of the Mavericks franchise right now. He is the right-hand man of one Nico Harris. So there you go. That's my 3rd Maverick shooting guard of all time. Now, before I go into the next one, I know a lot of people are going to probably say that he's actually a small forward. If you actually go back and look at when Michael Finley played for the Mavericks, he was a shooting guard in the Don Nelson system, and that whole era of the Nash, Finley, Dirk era. He was actually a shooting guard. So there you go. All right, guys. At number 2, probably is not a surprise. It is Jason Terry. Now, we all know how Jason the Jet Terry is. I know a lot of people are probably going to say, oh, he's a point guard. He was a point guard probably his first year with Dallas because they ended up picking him up in place of Steve Nash when Steve Nash went over to the Phoenix Suns. Jason Terry was actually a shooting guard. He was a guy who was the second option behind Dirk. Hit a few clutch buckets in the 2011 run to the championship. Is definitely a crowd favorite of the Dallas Mavericks fan base. I believe he will have his jersey retired here pretty soon. I'm kind of surprised that he was not one of the players that Mark Cuban brought back to be part of this franchise, knowing his impact that he had with this team. So I'm really surprised by that. But Jason Terry is one of the greatest shooting guards in Maverick history. Helping us get to the finals twice, to a few Western Conference finals, and to finally help us get the elusive championship back in 2011. All right, guys. So my number 1 shooting guard of all time is ROLANDO BLACKBURN. When I grew up, man, before the 3J's era, ROLANDO BLACKBURN was like my favorite player. One of my favorite players in the NBA. He was my favorite player for the Mavericks. I felt like ROLANDO BLACKBURN could never miss a shot. This dude was one of the best mid-range shooters of all time. He should have won an All-Star MVP. But I'm gonna get into that. He wasn't a household name, so they didn't give it to him. But that's a discussion for another day. ROLANDO BLACKBURN, I believe, is the second highest scoring Maverick of all time in franchise history, behind Dirk, of course. He was just oozing with enthusiasm. Just his style, his professionalism and everything like that pretty much just ushered in the whole type of 80s era for the Dallas Mavericks. He was there, of course, with Mark Aguirre, Brad Davis, Roy Tarpley, Derek Harper, Sam Perkins, that whole group back in the 80s, back in the reunion rowdy days. That was all ROLANDO BLACKBURN, man. Like I said, one of the most underrated shooting guards of that decade, of the 80s. I feel like he does not get enough credit, man, enough love, enough respect from the casual NBA fans. He was definitely, to me, the best shooting guard in Maverick history. So there you guys go. That is my top 5 Mavs shooting guards of all time. Listen, guys, please like and subscribe to the channel, guys, for more just like this. There will be more Mav content. As y'all know, we're revving up to the training camp. It's going to be here in about a few weeks. And then the Mav season starts, I believe, now in 39 days. So cannot wait. It's right around the corner, guys. I can't wait. So there will be more content. So please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and go ahead and comment down below, guys. Who is your top 5 favorite shooting guards in Maverick history? Is my list right? Is my list wrong? Do you have players kind of, in their different ways? Or, you got Finley number 1 or whatever? Let me know. So comment down below. With that being said, guys, it is your boy Rev. We talk Mavs, and I'll see you again here pretty soon.